were discussing chapter number 10, the microbes in human welfare. In this chapter, till now, we have studied the microbes in the production of food. We have also discussed what are the beneficial uses of microbes in industrial products like fermented beverages, antibiotics, chemicals, enzymes and certain drugs. Today we have to see that how the microbes can be utilized in the treatment of a sewage. So our important topic, this is the important topic of this chapter, the microbes in the sewage treatment. So today we will learn microbes in sewage treatment. So let's start the microbes in sewage treatment. Microbes in sewage treatment. Now students, all of you know that due to urbanizations, there are lots of wastewater are going to be produced specifically in the cities and the towns. Lots of quantity or the very large quantity of the wastewater are going to be generated. So what happens to this wastewater? What the municipality do to this wastewater? Or what kind of the processes are going to be done on it? Because we cannot release this wastewater to fresh water bodies like rivers and lakes. We cannot throw it or we cannot discharge it into rivers and the sea. Because when we discharge into rivers and sea, it also pollutes it. That damages. They are the sources of fresh water, and so the sources of fresh water also gets decreased. So we cannot throw back. Even we cannot stop the production of a wastewater, because nowadays lots of people are moving from villages or small town to bigger cities and bigger you can say towns. So what happens? Due to this urbanization process in the cities and the towns, the production of wastewater is going to be increased, and before discharging into a water bodies, it has to be treated, and this is called as sewage treatment. Now one side, what is happening? On one side, the water discharge or the wastewater generation is very high. On the other hand, the sewage treatment plants are limited in number. They are not able to withstand. So that's why we have to adopt a certain procedure which can remove the problem or the gap in between them. The quantity of the wastewater that are discharged as well as the water that is going to be released. So here today we will learn that how the microbes can be utilized in this sewage treatment plant. So before we start this, how the microbes can be utilized into a sewage treatment plant, we should understand what is a sewage. Okay, what is a sewage? Sewage means it's a wastewater or the municipal wastewater. Municipal waste water. Okay, in common language it's called as a municipal wastewater, that is considered as a sewage. What it contains? This municipal wastewater, it's rich in excreta, human excreta or the animal excreta, specifically mostly the human excreta like the urine and the feces, and they are also rich into pathogens, means the bacteria which are causing the diseases. Even they are also rich in microbes. Okay, they are rich in microbes, and some of them are the pathogens, means they are able to cause a disease. So that is obviously, as they contain the excreta and the pathogens or the microbes, so we cannot able to discharge directly into fresh water bodies. It has to be treated. Okay, and that's why it is a need of sewage treatment. We are utilizing the microbes in this sewage treatment process. How? That we will see. The sewage treatment process that occurs in a two step. The first is called as primary treatment, and the second one is called as secondary treatment. There are two types of the treatment which are going to be done on it, primary and the secondary treatment. Both type of the treatment they are done on it, and thus we can treat this sewage or the municipal wastewater. Okay, so let's start. Let's discuss first primary treatment and then we will start with a secondary treatment. How the treatment is going to be done. Okay, so first start with a primary treatment of this sewage. Primary treatment. In the primary treatment of a sewage, the floating debris, first of all, first step, the floating debris are removed. Floating debris are removed. They are removed by which step? They are removed by a process called as filtration. This is the first step. The debris which are floating, જે કચરો આપણે જેને કહીએ છીએ, જે ઉપર તરતો હોય, the debris which are floating, they are separated or removed by a process called as a filtration. The sewage that pass through a series of filtration, 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on its size. So it passes through a series of filtrations, and this debris or floating debris, they are going to be removed. Now the another component, now those components which are heavy in nature, they are going to be settled down. So the grits and small pebbles, okay, they are settled and removed by sedimentation. This is a process. They are removed by sedimentations. The grit and the small pebbles which are settled down, they are somewhat heavy in nature, so it can easily settle down. So the grit and the pebbles which are settled down, they are removed by a process called as sedimentation. So these two are called as primary treatment. First is called as filtration and the second one is called as sedimentation. By filtration, we are capable of removing the debris, specifically a floating debris, and by the process called as sedimentation, we are able to remove the grits and the small pebbles. They can be removed out. Okay. Now, this settlement, a sedimentation, they are going to be performed into a settling tank. So here I am drawing the settling tank. This is a settling tank. Okay, this is called as primary settling tank. In this primary settling tank, what it is present? This is a sewage water. Okay, this sewage water that is present, and here we allow the settles material. Okay, the heavy material, they are going to be settled down. Okay, so here they are going to be settled. Okay, what is going to be settled? The settling that is going to be done of grits and the small pebbles. So here they are settled or sediment. You can call it as sediment. I write over here on this side, so it will be easier for you. Okay. These are called as sediment. This is called as primary treatment. What is called as primary treatment? Now what happens? After this primary treatment, another treatment starts. What we call it as secondary treatment. What we are calling as secondary treatment. Secondary treatment, the another name of this secondary treatment, it can also be called as biological treatment. Because here a biological treatment is going to be done. So it is also called as biological treatment. Now what happens in this? In biological treatment, the supernatant which is present, this is a supernatant that is present, supernatant. That means which remains upside or that is not settled down, that is called as a supernatant. This supernatant that is going to be transferred into another tank. Okay, we are calling it as large aeration tank. What we are calling it as large aeration tank. In large aeration tank, this is going to be transferred. This is going to be a transferred. What is going to be transferred? Supernatant. Okay. What is transferred? Supernatant. Okay. So now the supernatant that is going to be transferred. You know that this supernatant is rich in the organic material and the microbes. Now, so what we will do? We allow it to agitate, mechanical agitations. What is performed on it? Mechanical agitations. When we do a mechanical agitations, a constant stirring is going to be allowed. Okay, that will lead to a good supply of an oxygen. Due to a good supply of oxygen, you already know that it contains a microbe, bacteria. The aerobic bacteria which grow in presence of oxygen. Now due to a vigorous stirring, this aerobic bacteria grow up. They utilize the organic material present in it. Okay, and the growth of this bacteria takes place. They multiply, their numbers are increasing, and that leads to a formation of a flocks. What it leads to? A formation of a flock. So thus flocks are going to be formed. What is going to be formed? Flocks. So what is a flocks? Flocks is a combination of bacteria which are attached with a fungal filament. They are attached with a fungal filament. Okay, so this is going to be done in a large aeration tank. Where it's done in a large aeration tank. So the bacteria, they have multiplied. So obviously this bacteria need a food. Which food they utilize? They utilize the food that is present in the form of organic material. So the organic material is utilized. So in this supernatant, the organic material that is present, that is its quantity is going to be decreases. And when it decreases, that means its impurity are reducing. Impurities are reducing. Simultaneously, the number of bacteria, that means a flock, it become a larger, or the number of bacteria increases. Okay, and that is going to be settled down. Ultimately, it wants to say that the organic content or organic material that is present in it, that gets decreased. So you can say that the BOD gets decreased. What is gets decreased? BOD. In this, you have to mechanically agitate until the BOD, biochemical oxygen demand, gets decreased. I am writing over here. So you have to continue the process until BOD decreases. It should decreases significantly. Okay, until it decreases significantly, you have to do a mechanical agitation. Okay, then you have to transfer it into a next tank. Okay, you are transferring into a next tank. This is a next tank where we are transferring it. Okay, now in the next tank, what happens? This is a effluent where there is a significant reduction in BOD, biochemical oxygen demand gets reduced. The flocks which is present, now it becoming a larger, the size is becoming a larger, and as it becoming a larger, it is settling down. Okay, they are settling down. These are the flocks. They are going to be settled down. Okay, these are the flocks which are settled down. Okay, now this tank is called as secondary settlement tank, or it is settling tank. But this is a primary settling tank which is for a settling of the grit and the pebbles. Here it's a secondary settling tank which is used for settling of the flocks. So here it's going to be settled down. Flocks are going to be settled down. Okay. Now what happens to it? This is called as secondary settling tank. I am writing over here what it is called as secondary settling tank. Now here two things. If you see the upper portion, what we are calling as supernatant, or you can also call it as effluent, and the lower portion, what we call it as flocks. Now here two kind of the process takes place. From this flock, the combinations which have been settled down because now its size has been decreased. From that, some of the material that is going to be transferred back over here in large aeration tank. Few quantity, okay, a small quantity is transferred. Small quantity of flocks. This is working as inoculum and the starter, and the again process continue. Again process continue. Clear? This is the process. It's simple like as the formation of a curd. આપણે દહીં બનાવતી વખતે શું કરીએ છીએ, દૂધ હોય તો દૂધની અંદર શું કરીએ, દહીં નાખી દઈએ. થોડોક ટાઈમ થાય એટલે ધીમે 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 એ દૂધ શેમાં કન્વર્ટ થઈ ગયું, દહીંમાં. બધું જ દૂધ દહીંમાં કન્વર્ટ થઈ ગયું. આફ્ટર દેટ આપણે થોડુંક દહીં કાઢી નાખીએ. એ શેના માટે રાખીએ, થોડુંક દહીં કેમ કાઢી લઈએ, બીકોઝ એ જ દહીંમાંથી આપણે ફરી પાછું બીજા દૂધમાં એડ કરીને નવું કર્ડ બનાવવાનું છે. ક્લિયર? સેમ, that means we are removing a small portion from it which is acting as a starter and the inoculum to make the new. Same, અહીંયા જે ફ્લોક્સ ખરા બધા બેક્ટેરિયા નીકળી ગયા છે, they have settled now. From that a small quantity of the flocks they are going to be transferred to a large aeration tank. એમાં ફરી પાછી પ્રોસેસ કન્ટિન્યુ રહેશે. ક્લિયર? બાકીના ફ્લોક્સ નું શું થશે, the other flocks, we have just transferred a small quantity of a flocks. Now what happens to other, that other flocks they are going to be transferred, these flocks are going to be transferred in the next. Okay, so here the flocks are going to be transferred. Okay, these are the flocks which are going to be transferred. Where it is going to be transferred, in another tank, what we call it as anaerobic sludge digester. Okay, the flocks which are settled down, the flocks which are settled down can also be called as sludge. So now what happens, we apply the anaerobic bacteria on this flock. Flock is a combination of bacteria, aerobic bacteria and the fungal filament. We are applying the anaerobic bacteria over here. Okay, and this tank is called as anaerobic sludge digester. What the anaerobic bacteria does, the anaerobic bacteria digest this microaerobic bacteria, and during this process it releases the gas. Which gas is released? Three variety of a gas which are going to be released during this process. Which first one is methane gas, CH4. Second one is H2S, hydrogen sulfide, and the third one, it's a carbon dioxide. These are the three gases which are going to be released. Methane, hydrogen sulfide, and the carbon dioxide gas are released during this process in anaerobic sludge digester. Okay, and the remaining, this effluent, whatever the effluent here, flocks, from flock the small quantity is transferred over here, the large quantity is going to be digested in anaerobic sludge digester. During this process the gas are released, CH4, H2S, CO2. You know that methane is easily flammable, so it can also be used as biogas. The remaining effluent, whatever over here, that is released or discharged into a river and water. So thus the secondary treatment is done. Okay, and now after treatment all the bacteria have settled down, all the organic material have been decreased significantly. After that it is going to be released into a river and etc. Clear? So this is how the microbes are going to be utilized in the sewage treatment. I again repeat, how the microbes are going to be utilized in this sewage treatment. You should know that what is a sewage. Sewage is municipal waste water. Okay, the quantity of this municipal waste water is increasing day by day due to urbanization, because the people are moving from village to large cities and towns. Against it, the sewage treatment plant has not been increased significantly. Hence we have to take the use of this microbe in sewage treatment. Sewage treatment is done in a two phases, two steps. First is called as primary treatment, the another one is called as secondary treatment. Just underline it, secondary treatment. Okay, secondary treatment can also be called as biological treatment, because here we are using the microbes for treating it, so that's why it is called as secondary treatment or biological treatment. Here if you see that what the sewage consists of, the sewage consists of organic material and microbe. Some of the microbe may be pathogen. So first in the primary treatment the floating debris are removed by series of filtration. Then the greens and the small pebbles, they are going to be removed by sedimentations. Okay, they are allowed to settle, grit and pebbles, they are allowed to settle in primary settling tank. Whatever the remaining, that is a supernatant which is rich in organic material and microbe, that is transferred into another tank, what we call it as large aeration tank. It is an aeration tank, means we constantly supply the oxygen, or just you agitate, mechanically agitate, and બને એટલું vigorously stir કરો. બરાબર, જેટલું સ્ટર કરશો the bacteria get enough oxygen. The supernatant already contains a microbe. They get oxygen. So the aerobic bacteria which is present in it, they grow up and they form a flock. They are combining. The bacteria combines with fungal filament and they form a flock. Okay. Now this is going to be transferred from large aeration tank to another secondary settling tank. In a secondary settling tank, this flocks, it settle down. Okay. And the remaining upper part is called as effluent, or you can also call it as supernatant. The portion which is settled down, you can call it as flock, or you can also call it as sludge. S-L-U-D-G-E, sludge. Okay, it's called as sludge. From that, a small portion, small quantity of a flock that is transferred back. અહીંથી અહીં લાયા હતા, હવે ફરી પાછું small quantity of flock that is transferred into a large aeration tank, where it can act as an inoculum or the starter material for the generation of, you can say, another flock. Here the mechanical agitation is done until the BOD, biochemical oxygen demand, gets decreases significantly. Okay, once small quantity is transferred over here, the large quantity is transferred into another tank, what we call it as anaerobic sludge digester, where it is exposed to an anaerobic bacteria. So the anaerobic bacteria, they digest this flock material and it generates a gas, CH4, H2S, COO2. Okay, methane gas, hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide are produced, which can act as a fuel or that can be used as a biogas. Okay, now that's all about the flock. What happens to the supernatant or the effluent? Now here the organic material have been decreased significantly because the BOD decreases significantly. So that's why the organic material is now comparatively safe and it can be discharged into rivers and lakes. So thus the sewage treatment is done. Nowadays the government has started the many initiatives, like the Ministry of Environment and Forest has started the two program. You have to remember this two program: Ganga Action Plan and the Yamuna Action Plan. These are the two big rivers, Ganga River and the Yamuna River. Okay, so the government of India, Ministry of Environment and Forest has started the Ganga Action Plan and the Yamuna Action Plans to clean this, because now we have released a lots of effluent or the discharge into it and we have polluted them such rivers, and even these rivers are sacred. Okay, આપણે એની પૂજા भी કરીએ છીએ. According to Hindu mythology, they can be revered. Okay, so that's why we want to save it. Okay, apart from that, the most important question which is also going to be asked from this topic is BOD. BOD, what is the full form of BOD? It is very important question. BOD means biochemical oxygen demand. What is a BOD? Biochemical oxygen demand. What is a biochemical oxygen demand? The biochemical oxygen demand, that means the amount of oxygen that is going to be required by bacteria. The amount of oxygen that is required by a bacteria in a 1 liter of effluent. Okay, in a 1 liter of effluent, this is called as BOD. BOD is a indirectly measure of impurity. Okay, જેટલું BOD વધારે એટલી impurities વધારે, જેટલું BOD ઓછું એટલી impurity ઓછું. Higher the BOD indicates more impurity and more organic matters are present in it. Lower the BOD, that means less impurities and less organic materials are present in it. Our attempt is to reduce the BOD and we make it somewhat safer, and that we are doing into a sewage treatment. So that's all about the use of microbes in a sewage treatment. Student learning, it is an important short note which can be asked in examinations. So student learn it thoroughly. Okay, the BOD is one of the most important topic. You should know the definitions and its related questions in MCQ can be asked. Okay, so students, keep learning, keep watching, like and subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching.